Hello everyone, this is Pal Ponder on Weather coming at you with another video. In this update, we're going to talk about a southern and mid-Atlantic snow event that's going to occur on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. So for a lot of you guys, it's going to be your first snowfall of the season. So before we do get started, if you do like weather-related content, please subscribe to my channel as I will upload about 5 videos a week to keep you updated. All right, so let's get started. So here's an overall temperature map. Now I'm recording this video on Monday morning, the 9th. So this is going to be your afternoon temperatures on Monday afternoon. You can see that cold Arctic air of the coldest temps of the season confined to the upper central part of the United States that we talked about last week, pouring into the United States. Out ahead of it, we've got that warm southwest flow off the elevated OSI index, 74 degrees in Dallas-Fort Worth area. So we got plenty of fuel to the fire to mix in with that cold front. So as this Arctic air pours down into the central USA, obviously it's going to modify. So, but as it comes down, it's going to tap into that Gulf moisture and that increased water vapor. There's a disturbance that's forming in New Mexico, but there's also a surface low forming down south in the Gulf. So out ahead of it, we're going to have a rain event that's producing rain. The liquid's going to be anywhere from a ½ inch to 1 inch in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So as this comes in, so this is going to be coming in during the coldest time of the day, that surface low, which is typically about 7:30 in the morning, about 20 minutes after sunrise. So as this taps into that low and as this deepens, dynamic cooling will take place and cool layers of the atmosphere, kind of making that transition into a mixed precipitation event. So we're going to be dealing with, again, about a ½ inch to about 1 inch worth of liquid precip in the Dallas-Fort Worth areas. So if we kind of zoom in, this is the DFW area. So to kind of give you an idea, I live here. I've lived here for years. So this will kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at. So if we take a look at the National Weather Service and their update, and this is the latest update as this morning, it has that mix around 3 o'clock in the morning, starting in the northwest sections of the Metroplex. And as we kind of make that transition, temperatures will fall near or above freezing. So as this goes into the Metroplex, it'll, like I said, cool the layers of the atmosphere. So a lot of these areas won't get any, accumulation, timing out southern snow events are pretty tricky. And a lot of this could come down as kind of a nowcast event because we're 24 hours away before this potentially, is going to occur. So, but we're talking a 40 degrees difference between today and tomorrow morning. So these temperatures are going to be anywhere from 32 to 35 degrees from the northwest. And as they travel through the Metroplex. Now, the latest European model, when I went to bed last night, they really didn't even have any accumulations. And now we're picking up about a 1 inch. So like, again, now this could be coming down to a now cast event. So you're talking about a crucial window here of about 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. where we could have a transition of a wet snow event, mostly rain as it travels south. But as that mixing, as that dynamic cooling occurs, we could have some elevated roads, started getting some accumulations on roads and the grassy areas. So don't be surprised if this turns out to be more than what it possibly could be. So, but right now, I'm expecting, little to no accumulations, at most about 1 inch. But sometimes these events can surprise you because, again, this is coming in at the coldest time of the day, and by 10 a.m. the temperatures are going to warm up, and the high temperatures on Tuesday are going to be like in the low 40s to near 40 degrees. So this is, again, about a short 6 to 10 hour window in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. All right. So if we take it a step further, this is going to swing up north. So let me show you the temperatures, and this is kind of Wednesday, showing that Arctic air, 10, 20 degrees below zero air that we talked about last week with the coldest temps of the season. But as this event swings up to the mid-Atlantic, these temperatures will be at or below freezing in a lot of these areas in Tennessee, in Virginia, West Virginia, and into southern PA. So if we take a look at the liquid precip on the latest European model, it kind of shows this. Now, this is what they call an antifront situation. So this cold air will be rapidly descending south, and the cold air will get there before the precip does. So out ahead of it, a lot of these times, again, it could be coming down as a nowcast event, where in these antifront situations, it could be more snow than what's depicted in a lot of these models because of that. So because the cold air is going to get there before the precip, and we could make that transition a lot faster than what the models are picking up right now. So let me extend this out further. So as this swings up on Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to have a transition zone where we have that warm southwest flow off the south. These are temperatures in the 70s in Florida. Out ahead of it, so that demarcation line, there's a thin band in Arkansas, northern Alabama, northern Georgia, Atlanta. No snow or anything like that. You're way too far south. But most of Tennessee, I expect to get at least some sort of snow. I'm thinking anywhere from 1 to 3 inches would be conservative in this zone, but you can't roll out 4, 5, 6 inches in this zone on that antifront situation. In Arkansas, like I said, northern Alabama, much of Tennessee, Kentucky, out at the outskirts of North Carolina, but much of West Virginia and southern PA, where you guys, again, a lot of these areas have not seen any snowfall yet this year. So I'm expecting about a 1 to 3 inch zone. And as this swings up, it'll eventually get into the Boston area, where yesterday you were like, you're in the mid 30s. You're going to have that warm surge. You're going to eventually tap out into the 61 degrees. And then that cold air comes in, and it'll be snowing on Wednesday with 1 to 3 inches. So you kind of have to have that warm air to tap into when that cold front comes to produce the snow. So if we take it out another frame, it kind of shows you that, again, that system swinging up the mid-Atlantic, eventually kind of a squeeze play going on that eventually it'll, like I said, produce 1 to 3 inch snow band. And we could have some surprises within this band, depends on where that zone sets up, of 4, 5, 6 inches. So that cannot be ruled out in this type of scenario. And if we take a look at the latest GFS snow amounts, again, it has, and now these are accumulations. So we're not expecting much accumulations in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but this is where it's really kind of get cranking. And as this surface low deepens in the Gulf, it's going to have more moisture to work with, and the timing of it all. So it's just literally just getting going. If this did not occur, if this did not come in at the coldest time of the day, it would be all rain in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, no question. But because of that, we could tap into some liquid mixed snow flakes falling, from the sky. And as this, like I said, moves into Arkansas and northern Alabama and Georgia, much of Tennessee, and we're getting to West Virginia and southern PA. So there's about a 1 to 3 inch swath that's going to occur in this zone. If we take a look at the GFS, it's not nearly as bullish on these events. But again, these update every 4 or 5 hours. So like I said, I can't rule out the Canadian model's a little bit more bullish on this type of event. But with this antifront situation, you cannot rule out, because it's going to come down to a now cast event. So up here, you're talking 2 days away, because as this swings up, this will be at least 24 hours away in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And then now we're getting into 36 hours and potentially 48 hours by the time it gets into Boston, by this time Monday, into Wednesday. So a lot of these areas could be more bullish. And as this surface low deepens, as it swings up, it's going to be closer to the Gulf. So we got a little bit more moisture to work with. And so you can't roll out, again, like a 4 to 5, 6 inch snow amounts in these areas. So I just kind of wanted to give you a heads up on this potentially snow event. It's kind of rare for even to talk about snow in the South. And a lot of these times, these southern snow events can come down to a now cast event in the South because it's just such a rarity, and it's very hard to predict winter weather in the deep South. So I appreciate you guys staying with me and watching this video, and definitely like this, and please subscribe to my channel and share with your friends on social media, and stay with me as I protect you before and after the storm.